Hey everyone, welcome to a special edition of the Big Black Clock podcast.
It's special because Dmitri's not here.
Oh, it's not because we ride a short bus?
Exactly.
We're not that special yet?
No, we're not special.
Oh.
There's nothing of that.
Yeah, so it's only me, Karl, and Kevin today.
Me, Karl, and Kevin? Oh, that you/Karl.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Me and Karl is the same person.
It's Karl and Kevin. It's the KK. It's the BBC, the Big Black Clock, KK.
We're running the line on everything, yeah?
Really? It's just...
It's KK, just
no-
twice, and it's a
But
Big
wait.
Black Clock.
But didn't my wife just leave?
Yes, your wife just left.
What's her name?
Kim.
Oh, boy.
Good thing she left, right?
Oh, boy. Jesus. She's off to maybe a or something. Who knows? Christ.
God damn.
God damn. This is degenerate. We're like 2 minutes in. Keep it together, Karl.
2 minutes in and it's already all beeped out.
Except we're going to beep out a lot of that. What are you drinking today?
Well, I don't really know. You give me a drink. I don't really know what it is, so I might fall asleep.
It is rum, Coke.
And rupees.
And some of my urine, actually.
Okay,
So-
that's the
Yes.
salt, right?
Oh, we got a phone call here.
You can answer if you want.
And welcome back. Sorry about that. And so, what are we drinking today? Yes, some rum and Cokes. We've been drinking all day. A few drinks here and there.
Yeah, well, we went downtown Montreal to look at watches. That was the first idea today, right?
Yep.
And didn't finish like that.
But why did we go downtown?
You had some watch to pick up from service?
Yes.
Yes.
But we also...
Seiko's. And we're going to one of our authorized dealer in Montreal for as Rolex.
That's right.
We're 3 days after the announcement of the
4 days, yeah.
So after the new sub, Oyster Perpetual, Sky Dweller, and am I missing one?
I think that's it.
Is it 3 new watches or it's 4 new watches?
Nope. So it's the Perpetual, the Sky Dweller, the subs.
Yeah. So we wanted to do a quick podcast to talk about that because let's say it's
It was highly anticipated. You know, we saw that Rolex teaser thing on with the it looks
the waves and
the
everything
waves.
blue. And
I was sure that there would be a blue Submariner in line with the Tudor Black Bay 58 blue.
yeah, another navy blue, right? Or even a Pelagos type of blue, right?
Ding, ding, ding.
So, yeah, we wanted to go and talk to our authorized dealer here in Montreal, downtown, just to see how things are on their side, because you and I were both on the list for a sub, and it was a
I'm on the list. I'm on the list for anything.
everything.
Like whatever you have, call me. And that day, I may or may not buy it.
Yeah, so we're both on the list for sub, black, no date.
Yeah.
So, quote unquote, the base version, I guess, right? It's naked, nothing fancy, no date window, no special colors.
No, there's no bubble, date bubble. No, that's it. And then now the announcement came out, new Submariners.
Funny enough about that, when everything came out, we were watching the NBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
The playoffs.
Playoffs, man.
And, And I just told, hey, Kevin, did you saw the new sub? Like, no, what's going on?
I go, what are you talking about?
And I was like, 41 millimeters. And go, what?
Yeah, because I'd seen the teaser, but nothing had been confirmed. And you got it. I think it was a Monday, and when everything came out on the Tuesday, you got it the night before.
Yep.
And it was still early. I was like, it can't be that time it's not that time in Europe yet. I was like, it already came out. And you're like, no, here it is, confirmed.
Yeah, 41 millimeter, but that was not the big surprise. Is now there's only a 41. The 40 millimeters gone.
Yeah.
And first thing you said, I'm canceling my waiting list. I'm out.
I was very disappointed. I thought 40 was already
On the limit.
on the limit. I don't know, just for what I was looking for, and looking at what Tudor did with the Black Bay 58, I was like, that's a good move. 38 is that 39 is that sweet spot.
Yeah.
In fact, I have a lot of trouble my attraction to the Explorer because it went up from 36 to 39, and I really liked it much more at 36. I don't know why. I'm not. And look, guys, just there's a description. I'm not the biggest guy. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm not small either. I have a 6 3/4 to 7 inch. That's it.
Yeah.
So it's not an insane like.
Yeah, same thing for me, just more Ensom.
More Anthem.
Anthem.
And somewhat. And somewhat. Oh, not Ansem. You mean handsome.
Yeah.
And some what?
Yeah, so I remember you're so mad.
I wasn't so mad.
No, you were crying, you were screaming, you were the worst.
I threw a fit of rage, flipped my table over.
Yeah, and after that we start looking, and we both said, well, we'll have to go to an authorized dealer just to see what's going on, right? Mm-hmm. And me, I was already thinking of switching my waiting list from a sub to the Air King.
Yeah. You said that in the last few podcasts ago.
Yeah, exactly, right? So I was like, it's a good time to go see them, and for me, make the switch, and for you, cancel everything because you're crying and being mad and all those things, right?
Yeah.
But the next day, we start looking into it a bit more. So technically, the day was supposed to come out, and all the colors. They have the full rainbow now.
So the last time the Submariner had this, overhaul was in 2012. So it's been 8 years now. This is 8 years coming with the introduction of the 114060. So this was the first Submariner to use a ceramic bezel insert and a maxi style case. So it's much more angular, or was when it was introduced. But I still haven't seen this new 41. And to be honest, it doesn't look that different to what I've noticed. The crown guards seem a little bit less angular or sharp as edges. Yeah. So I think that the major discussion point of the sub was, I think people expected maybe more colors.
Yeah.
That would be accessible because they have the blue dial. But it's a precious metal, right? So I think it's like 40K.
Yeah, but now for 30K Canadian, you can get an Hulk on the aftermarket.
So yeah, the Hulk is no longer being produced. So that just immediately went up.
Yeah.
The next day you told me, you're like, oh, look,
within hours.
Within hours, like Chrono 24, it went up like 30-40%, right?
Yep. They're going for 18 to 20 and now they're 30,000 Canadian.
Yeah.
It's nuts, right? It's a lot of watch for 30,000. Well, the watch is not it's a lot of money for that watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, the big difference too, I think, on the new sub is the lugs, right? They look thinner.
Yep.
Because the watch is a bit bigger now.
Yep.
So for me, at least, I feel it does like my Belova. Bigger case, thinner lugs. You have a good picture right there.
Yeah.
It's not that smaller. It make look the bezel way bigger because of that. I feel like. Didn't touch a watch yet. I only saw pictures, right? But yeah, so all of that, we decided to go see our authorized dealer and look at a couple watches. I know you wanted to look at Caliber 11, Monaco, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to look at some Grand Seikos.
Yeah, I want to look at a Breitling Avenger Blackbird, the 44 millimeter. It's other than the ceramic Dark Side of the Moon from Omega, the Speedmaster, which is very out of budget. That watch has a lot to offer, and I'm really, crushing on it a little bit.
And so we start talking with the salesman, walk around the store, look at everything, ask him about what's going on with the sub. Supposedly the first 3 days, it was phone calls after phone calls after phone calls, everyone wanting to be on the list for the new one. So what he told us is the people were on list prior to the new sub announcement.
Yeah.
They kept that list. So they're just following that. So even if you
call... They're just going to call you and say, hey, we got one. You're next. Do you want it or not? And if you don't, they just go to the next person on the list.
And I want to ask you, because the first day when the announcement was out and we saw the new sub, you went like, I'm pulling out.
Yeah, but
I don't want it. And we went over there. We start talking and you went, yeah, I'm going to keep my name on it.
It's just, I'd like the option. I like to be able to say
you just want the call. You want to feel precious.
No. I think it's the impulsive. I'm impulsive. I'd be like, okay, I want that watch, and I'm sometimes I'm very impulsive. I know that when it comes to that. So maybe I was impulsive. Say I don't want to be on the list anymore. It's like, how could they make them bigger? I would have been I was like, oh my god, they got down to 39. I would have been like, so much happier. What are we arguing for? A millimeter At the end of the day, like that's really what it is. There's new movement,
Different pricing.
different pricing.
That's a big thing.
The minute hand is apparently a little bit longer. Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. That's it. I'm out.
What the fuck?
But yeah, so let's talk about a bit of the pricing, right?
Yeah.
It just went up about 1,000 Canadian.
So the no date before was 8,500, about 85 and change Canadian. Now it's 95 and change.
And with date.
With dates 10 and change, and it was 9 and change. So it went up about $1,000. But now what I was really shocked is that how close it got to the GMT Master 2 pricing now. GMT Master 2 is about 11,000 Canadian dollars. So about $700 cheaper is the Submariner with date. And the other one's giving you a GMT complication and a hell of a lot of exclusivity. If you can ever get one at MSRP.
Yeah, that's a big if.
But then I think that's an indication that they're going to up the prices for the GMT. They're going to come out with maybe not a new version. Sorry, a new version. Yeah, no way to say it. A new version. Maybe not overhaul, not like, okay, we're going to change it all up. They just discontinued the black one. They have the Pepsi and they have the Batman. Root beer? Oh, gosh.
I'm asking, I don't know.
I think it's a precious metal. Yeah, I've tried that on. I don't know if they still make it. They still do, but it's
on their website.
And how much is that one at? That's a precious metal. They also have the gold one next to it. I just saw. Yeah.
Well, you cannot really look at on the website. It's going to tell you it's that price if you can get one.
But how much is it? 17?
Yep. 17.
Precious metal. There you go. So 17. You're past your Daytona prices. It's
Everose
gold. Yeah. No, that's a nice watch, and I would take it. Hell yeah.
So on your side, how did you felt the Authorized Dealer thing was going today? I know we walked around, we looked at a bunch of watches. You tried Breitling too, if I was just thinking, right?
The thing is, Breitling is, a lot of people hate on Breitling. A lot of people hate on them, and it's too bad.
Because a lot of people hate on Rolex too.
Do they though?
Yeah.
It's because they don't have one.
But I can understand, right? It's everything behind it. Like, I want one, I cannot get it. Like Rolex, you walk into it, even if you have money and willingness to buy one, they're politely told you to fuck off.
Yeah.
Right? And like, you're not important enough to have one.
Yeah, put your name on the list. It's like you don't even have a pen in your hand. It's no.
Yeah, trust me, right? And talking about that list, funny enough, there's two extremes. It's either it's a post-it, like in a huge drawer, and they just pick and choose whoever get the watch.
Next to some like gum and like fucking like a Kit Kat wrapper that's there. It's where's that list again? Oh yeah, it's second drawer. Shit's a mess. It was crap.
Yeah. But yeah, I can understand, right? It's I have a friend of mine, Vincent, who's listening to the podcast.
For people who don't, that's Vincent. He just says Vincent, but it's Vincent. Yes.
Well, he's French, right? So.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'll give him that. Oui. And he doesn't appreciate Rolex because of that. He finds it stupid. He's like, why would I fight so much to buy something I just want?
I just listened to a video, or I don't even know it was a video. It was a podcast. Someone was talking about the Langa, and he wanted to buy an Odysseus. He went in and they didn't have any. And not only did I have any, they go, oh, no, you can't buy this unless you've owned another one before. And he goes, really? You guys are going that route too? He goes, I'm ready to spend $25,000 today to buy this watch, and you don't want to give it to me. And they did not. So he made his peace and he said, you know what? I'm good. I'm done with your brand.
Yeah. But it's understandable, right?
Yeah.
And there's car brand who work like that too, right? If you want a Ferrari and you walk in the showroom, it's like, I want that 812 super fast. They go, okay, but you need to buy that.
Kind of fast.
It's stupidest name ever. It's called a super fast, right?
How do you get the kind of fast?
Fast. You'll need to buy a GT4, right? Lusso. And they go like, I don't want to buy that $300,000 car to buy that $800,000 car, right? And I go, it's that, or you just don't have it.
Because by that point they're selling exclusivity, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think Rolex wants to do that. I think they're doing it. Sorry. I think they do. I don't think it's their raison d'être. I think they're just more like, let's just control the supply. Let's make as many as we want. Yeah. Let's make them perfect.
They don't need to sell more.
No.
They're making money already.
Hell, you see them at the watch shows. They barely come out with new iterations. They just kind of make a small little change. And so even the last Batman came out with the Jubilee. And people
Yeah.
are like, oh, what's new about this? And the bracelet itself had some very interesting differences that they put in, but it's so subtle. At the end of the day, you put it, and it's not a big revamp, right? Not a big overhaul.
It's not even a facelift.
Yeah. So anyway, they didn't have any of the new subs. I was kind of shitting on it first impulsively, but I'm really digging the new Oyster Perpetuals. I hate that they went from 39 to 41. I don't know why they went bigger. Even the date just 41, I find it big, quite big for great watches. I'm not going to judge too much. It's just not my cup of tea. But I love the new line of the 36s. I like that red. I love the blue.
Is it red or orange?
Whatever. They say coral red. You said coral red.
I said red. You said orange.
I said orange. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
And it's called something red, but it looks orange to me. Maybe I'm a Dalmatian or something. Daltonien.
Yeah.
Which means colorblind in French.
Yeah.
And Dalmatien.
That's a dog, but it's okay.
It's a dog. A Dalmatian.
You suck so much.
Yeah, it's terrible. But that green, that Rolex green is excellent on that Oyster Perpetual.
It's almost like British racing green.
British racing green. Yeah.
That Jaguar Land Rover green.
It makes me think of Wimbledon green. If it only had gold markings, it would make me think of Wimbledon.
I think it's your wife who said it's the Rolex green.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're in Wimbledon too. So
yeah. Marketing, bro. So, I like them. What about the new Sky Dweller?
I don't know. It's a lot of bucks.
I have to say,
Beaucoup money.
I love the Oyster Flex bracelet. I really am happy that they came out with that. It's just such an ultimate. I don't know. I've always been attracted to Bleu because they're like, we're going to put rubber bracelets on a luxury watch. Sorry, and it's always been something that I thought was cool. I love the Sky Dweller in itself. Do I like the lineup? I think it's fine. I think it's safe. Gold with the black dial, and then the rose gold with the white dial.
So what's the name of the band again?
The Oyster Flex, Oyster Flex bracelet.
Is it because what you do with it? Like you flex?
Oh God.
We'll be bad out, I guess, or not. We'll let people see.
Well, guys, thanks for joining us. It's,
that's all.
But I have to say, I really like the Sky Dweller, the blue dial with the steel, like that is with the fluted bezel and the.
If you have the chance, would you buy one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, other question: any Rolex you can buy tomorrow morning? They call you like you have one Rolex to buy. Which one it is?
It's a tough one. Maybe
it's your money. Don't just shoot for the biggest one. And
no, not at all. The one I probably enjoy the most wearing, it'd probably be a GMT Master 2 maybe, that I may enjoy. But today I would say if I had to pick one, it's like, okay, you can get one tomorrow. I'd probably get a Yacht Master, the blue Yacht Master with that little red accent, that polish to that bracelet. It is just such a beautiful blue dial. I am really, really into that watch.
It's
more than the rhodium. It's the blue dial. So it's the you can't find
what
it.
size is 40, 42?
It's 40. So I think you're in the wrong one because you're in the Oyster Flex. And if you go back and you choose the one with the rhodium, you'll be able to see it. So yeah, the Sky Dweller, I think it was safe. I think it was a great, they all look good. I can't say that I was never wowed. I'm not too wowed by them. And I'm not into too many watches with precious metals. It's never been something I'm too attracted to.
Wow, they do 37 millimeters for the Yacht Master. I didn't know.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't own a fucking yacht.
You don't? If you own a yacht,
I need yacht money.
Like if you own a yacht, I'm pretty sure there's no list for Rolex.
Exactly. There's no list for Rolex.
Yeah, if you own a yacht, you have all the Rolexes.
Oh God,
all of them.
I need yacht money.
Like you don't drive to the authorized dealer, you yacht.
You yacht
to the authorized dealer.
Oh my God. Permission aboard. They just show up to your boat. Permission aboard. I need yacht money. I need to start selling drugs or something that'll work out. So where we're at now. So we talked about Rolex. We don't have too much to say. I will not judge until I see them in person. I thought it was pretty safe.
Probably never, right?
No, we'll see some. We'll see
Well,
some. I'm sure that we'll see the white gold Submariner, for example. That'll show up. That'll be somewhere there. I saw the Smurf for 30 grand.
Well, the our salesman Zach told us that they're expecting, right? There's a big on quote unquote here for Christmas time. Most of the new watches.
Yeah, because they come in and then they go out, right?
Yeah. So you think with the COVID and the delays they're facing right now, it's a December time slot for all the new watches, at least for Rolex. So we'll try to go just before Christmas.
Yeah.
Just to maybe try to have a peek on some of them, right? Same reason we went
Christmas
today.
time, yeah.
It was to try to get a peek on some watches. And I went there to see 3 watches, and all of them were not.
But they've been on your short list for a while.
Yeah, so it's I'll go from the priciest to the cheapest.
Yeah. None of it is cheap, but yeah.
Yeah, well, okay. Anyway, the Grand Seiko SB GJ239.
Okay, yeah.
Or 237 if you want it blue, 239 it's green. I really crush on that watch for the last couple months. Like,
really, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the new sport line. Didn't get a chance to see anyone yet. I had to try other watches that are the same size and they're GMTs. But, shit out of luck. They told me, yeah, I can get it. It's 3 months wait, right? And the 229, like I wanted, it's on Alligator. And if you want the bracelet, they told me, yes, no problem. But the watch is 3 months. The bracelet to get them, it's between 6 months to a full year.
So they would get you the watch with the croc and you pay the extra and they'll send you the bracelet?
Yep. No, there's no problem there. You told me, Grand Seiko, no problem at all. You can order any bracelets that you want, but they're made to order from Japan, shipped to us by hand. Not the shipping, but the made.
I would do that. You could deal with the leather for a year.
Yeah, there's no problem there. But it's still, I don't know, weird a bit, right? And the 239 is a boutique exclusive, so it might be a bit harder. 237, that comes on the bracelet. Any Grand Seiko store can have them, right? But they told me if you really want it, they can work with it. Second watch I wanted to look at, I was pretty sure there was no chance to see it. It's the Air King Rolex.
Yeah, but you were there because you wanted to change your name off the sub list.
Yeah,
to get
well,
on the Air King.
if you remember, right, when we first went there, I was talking about the Air King, and when we were able to put her name on the list, I asked them, can I have name on 2 different watches? Yeah. They laughed a lot, and they went, no, only 1 watch.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll go with sub, no date. It's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah.
Worst case come to worst, you can always find someone who want it if your name pops up and you cannot get it. But I need to change that. I was crushing on the Air King. I'll go back to my first love, quote unquote, just to be sure to have that when I get it. Here in Montreal, they told us 1 or 2 a year. There's some people on the list, so I don't know, maybe from...
I saw one here in the wild. I was there. I showed you a picture. I was there one day. My dad was buying my mom a Rolex Datejust two-tone, and he's buying himself a Tudor, the Black Bay, 41, no bezel, bezel-less there, whatever you call them, blue. I said that, and on the steel, and it's it was great. And when I was there, I was like, "Oh, you guys got the Air King." He says we got it yesterday, and it'll probably be gone by tomorrow. Yeah,
they were probably going through their list, right?
Yeah. I said it. The only one that stuck around was that Smurf, the Submariner in white gold that was in the window, and I remember seeing those. Man, it stuck around, but it was like $30,000.
Yeah,
but every place has a Daytona, right? They always have the two-tone, the gold, or some chocolate brown, like some precious metal Daytona at like 60 grand. They're there. They're always around, but still Daytona. Never.
So Grand Seiko, Air King, and the other watch it's been on my list for almost a year now. It's the Tudor Pelagos.
No more than that, no? Really? Just a year?
Well, last October.
Okay.
So we're September now, or is it there? It'll be a year next month, so 11 months, right? So we can run it out at a full year.
Right.
The reason I said October is because I went shopping last year for my birthday in November, and I remember seeing it. And it was already sold, but it was in the display case, and they let me just, look at it, right? So it went on my list, and I was like, one day I'll have the chance. I'll put money aside. When I see it next time, I'm picking it. I'll leave with it for sure.
So that's the time it lines when I saw the one at my birthday, and I grabbed his to take a picture.
Yeah, we'll have to beep that out again. You cannot say it on the podcast. No, unacceptable.
Yep.
Uh, so I told that to our salesman. We go to the Tudor section in their store. You wanted to look at the North Flag. You tried the North Flag on.
Yeah, I love the North Flags. They're manufactured calibre. They had it there.
No bracelet though.
No bracelet. It's on the leather. And I will say this to anyone who's interested: look at the Tudor North Flag. It's a great integrated bracelet sports watch, and the pictures that you'll see online or videos may not do it justice in terms of how subdued it is. It is not as big as you think it is. It is not as imposing.
Nope.
It's quite subdued. You can wear it under a shirt cuff. It's a good, nice sports watch.
I think what it made it show a bit bigger in pictures. It's really
The angles?
Yeah, the angles, right?
Yeah.
It's like squarish in some angle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It looked like a slab of metal.
Yeah.
It does have that look, but it's not that big.
No, it's more refined than you think.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about that watch is the power indicator. I don't know why it's a puck. For me, power indicator, it's like it should be like a spring drive on the Seiko, a Grand Seiko.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's me. I'm weird. I don't.
Which a lot of people apparently don't like. The power indicator on this, and some people don't care.
I love power indicators. I find it so cool.
Yeah, some people like that.
But not a puck.
I actually like the one on the back of the watch.
Yeah.
You take off your watch, see how much power is left.
Yeah, it makes you play with it, right?
Definitely. So yeah, Pelagos.
Yeah, and as usual, they don't have those.
So here's the thing. Yeah, we're in a time of COVID. So I tried on a couple of watches. I tried on we tried on a Grand Seiko, and then we tried on one of the North Flag, and then he's like, I want to take them in the back to disinfect them, right? Because
exactly right. They disinfect all the watch, and all the watch have a soft touch, so leather, suede, and all those things. They keep them in the safe longer just to make sure.
Yeah, they do. They have to quarantine the watch, right?
Yeah. So, but our salesman Zach was super interesting. He knew his stuff, and he was like, "Okay, let me go bring that things in the bag." Yeah, no problem. So we go around. We went to the Cartier section of the store.
Yeah.
Started looking at Cartier. They just had the new.
Oh, guys, the new Cartier Pasha came out, which was like their only diverse. It is stunning. The new one. Oh, beautiful watch. I even like the other one that had the like crown. How can I say? It was like a ring that would attach to the crown, so you could like uncover the crown.
Crown
guard? Cover. No. It was like this crown cover that was chained to the watch. So as you unscrew to access the crown, it was chained the crown cover to the watch. Here, let me find it.
So yeah, we go at Cartier, and Zach, our salesman, come back, tap me on the shoulder, and goes, "Hey, Karl, I have a surprise for you, but you have to wait a little bit, like 5 minutes. I'll be back." I go, "Okay, man, no problem. I'll wait here. We'll be right at Cartier." Oh yeah, Kevin showing me right now the crown guard. That's what I'm going to call it. I don't give a damn if it's chained or...
It's not a crown guard. It's not protecting the crown. It's covering it.
So why is it covering? To protecting it? So I'm right? You're wrong? I win?
But it's not that. Is that when people think of crown guard, they're going to be thinking that it's like something protruding from the case to protect the crown.
Is it protruding from the case?
But it's not. You're not describing it correctly.
It's outside of the case?
It's not part of the case. That's right. So I'm trying to paint a picture that is not part of the case. It's a crown guard. It's like a crown cover, exactly, that's attached to the watch, chained to it.
So it's a crown guard.
If you want to call it that.
Cool. Yes, I want to call that. That's what it's going to be called. I'm the best.
Yeah. Terrible.
But we'll try maybe to post one of our on the picture of that on our Instagram, so people can have a good look at it.
Yeah, definitely. And then we'll ask you to vote. Is it a crown guard, or is it a crown cover that's chained to the watch, or is it something else that we actually might have a name but we don't know what it is? Yeah. Dmitri would probably know, eh?
Yeah, he's always right.
Except when he's wrong.
That's most of the time.
Dmitri would definitely be telling us that we're wrong. But interesting.
And it's open case back, right?
Yeah, it's an open case back, but it's only 100 meter water resistance, right? It's considered their dive watch, but it's very interesting. But it's very nice, very refined watch. I think it's very unique. I think it's cool because it doesn't look like everything else. It doesn't look like the other Cartiers either.
Yeah, but you know what? When I look at that watch, I feel like the person who's going to own that is the type of person who use the word summer as a verb. So I'm summering at the beach,
Where do you summer?
right? And you know
Where
what?
do I summer? I work. What are you talking about?
So you know what? 100 meters is good enough for someone who's gonna summer at the beach.
Yeah. But you know the people who wear this watch, they're wearing like Speedos. You know, they're
And they
all
shouldn't.
tan. Yeah, no, they can. You know, and they're all like, their skin is glistening under the sun, and
It's
they
like old
summer
leather.
in like Tuscany, or exactly.
Yeah, they own a yacht probably.
They own a yacht, yeah.
Yeah,
And then, I need friends like that.
yeah, for sure. But you're not a beautiful woman in bikini, so you know you're always already losing.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, while we look at that Cartier, beautiful watch. You really should go on her Instagram again just to look at it.
Yeah.
Zach just come back and go, hey, look what I found in the safe. And hold and behold, Tudor Pelagos blue.
And yeah, initially you thought he was just showing you, right?
Yeah, at first I was like, wow, cool, man. It's in the safe, so I'm guessing it's for someone else and everything. And, you know, started looking at everything, and he goes, do you want it? I just spoke with my manager here, and it's available, not for long, but it will be available. Cool sales trick, I guess, but it worked. So we went through all the paperwork, we went through everything, and now on my wrist today, there's no wrist check because it's a special edition of the podcast, but yeah, I have my blue Pelagos. That was on my list for the last year or so.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful watch.
Congratulations.
Yeah, man.
Wear it in good health. Seriously, it's
even wear it in bad health.
Pry it from my dead cold hands.
So titanium watch.
We were totally wrong, by the way. If ever we ever said, 44, it's not. It's not. Even now, I thought. No.
Yeah, it's 42 millimeters. Blue, ceramic, all matte, white
What's
indication.
the lug to lug? Maybe that's why it looks bigger. The lug to lug has to be bigger than what we think.
It is quite large.
The lug to lug, eh? That's maybe why it feels like it's a 44, but it's it's just at l'œil, an eye's to the naked eye just looks like 44, but it's not.
Yeah. It's a 2020 model. So it's versus my Heritage Ranger. That's the old Tudor logo. That's a new logo from 2010, 2012, I think. Mm-hmm. The Shield, if everyone know their Tudor logos. Fully titanium. It's super light for this size. It's titanium. It's 60% the weight of steel for the same volume. Super hard to work with. Super hard to have a finish on the titanium. I was reading about the grade. It's a grade 2 titanium for people who really care about that. Most of car parts and other businesses who use, or planes who use titanium, it's a grade 5. Overall, it's just...
See, I think titanium is sometimes, I don't say overused, but it's one of these, we're going to make polished titanium. That's great. I think Seiko does that really well. But I think what's cool here is that they made this watch of titanium for a reason, because it's a larger watch, it's a heftier watch, it has a helium escape valve, it has a bracelet that has a diver's clasp, so you can really adjust it over your diver's suit.
Yeah, so
and if this thing was in steel, it'd weigh a ton. Yeah,
for sure. The clasp on it contract with the pressure of the water. Extend, sorry. So when contract extend. Anyway, it follows the deeper you go, your suit and everything moves, and it just follows that, so you don't lose your watch.
So
that's why there's like a spring in it, in the clamps, right? But I cannot move it by hand, and it's the pressure around it that's going to move the spring and make sure your watch stay on your wrist, because your suit's going to move and everything with the pressure of the water.
Jesus Christ, okay.
Right? It's pretty insane. Comes on rubber too, blue rubber to fit with the ceramic blue. It's really a different watch when you...
Are you ever going to wear the rubber, you think?
I'm not a big fan of rubbers in general, not only on watches.
Bazinga.
So I don't know. Not for now. We're getting into the winter months right now, so probably not.
Yeah.
That's something I'll have to see next summer, I guess, because we're in Montreal. We're in Northern Hemisphere in some cases right here, so it's getting really cold, and rubber is not that enjoyable in the winter.
No, the summer is great. I enjoy rubber stuff in the summer.
So that's a question I have to answer in 6 to 8 months.
You know what I love about that watch? So if you take the sub, or you take the Black Bay, so the sub has its appeal, and it's divers, It's the everything diver and whatnot. And then I feel like they're real tool ones. Like, okay, if you're a diver and you don't get a sub, you get a sea dweller, right? You get a big sea dweller. The Omega has the Planet Ocean. But this Tudor, which often Tudor gets criticized for looking too much like Rolex, this Tudor does not look like any of any of the Rolexes.
Any of the divers.
Any of their divers. It is a beautiful matte blue. I love that it's a 60 click bezel. That's not 120. Never understood a 120 bezel, but this is perfect.
Yeah, and there's the
See if you hear that. There you go. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no. It's not even 120 clicks. I've already got around a minute. Yeah.
And at 12, the click is deeper.
Yeah, it's like a dead. You don't. It doesn't
Dead
click
bolt.
as much, but it's like, it just like follows in. It's like when you're knocking on a wall that's hollow, which is what it sounds like, and then when you hit something that's like that's their stud. That's what it feels like when you hit that 0 when you're turning the bezel.
Yeah, and it's built that way so you can know it without even looking at it. So you can feel it with your hand, or you can hear it. That you're back at 12.
That's great. Yeah, I'm just putting it on right now. It is a beautiful watch. And I love that the crown is actually not too big. The crown guard is very, very subtle. Snowflake hands are perfect because they're white and they have like that like thicker, whiter edge to the hands themselves. And I love that the center of the pinion where the minute and hour hands are is blue.
I'll tell you something I really do love about that watch. When you look at the minute hands, it goes all the way to the end of the dial.
Okay, yeah, you like that, huh?
And when you look at the hour hand, it goes all the way to the indicators.
Mm-hmm. So
Right?
yeah, the symmetry.
So there's like no gap, I can say, right? And it's all white versus white.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, let's say, clearer in some ways to read it. One thing I don't like about that watch, and I already told you, is the date window. I'm not big on date windows in general.
Me neither.
I don't find those things useful for me because we live in 2020 and date is pretty easy to get without a watch. But
I often find myself looking for the date, but I don't like it because I think it takes away from the real estate of the dial.
yeah.
But sometimes I'm there, I'm like, I want to write, and I look down at my Milgauss, and I'm like, oh shoot, what's the date? But there you go. And today I have a date, so.
But yeah, so the indicator at 9 is rectangle and the date window is square.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's not symmetrical. That kind of defeat like the symmetry of the watch. But that's me again. There's people who doesn't really give a damn about that, and there's even people that said that a watch without a date isn't really a watch.
Yeah, a lot of people they can't.
They're weird.
Yeah.
I don't like them, but it's their opinion. They can do whatever they want with it.
No, that's true.
So yeah, overall, I'll wear that watch for sure for nonstop for a couple of weeks. I even may lend it to Kevin or Dmitri if they want to wear it too. And I think we could do an episode talking a bit more about this one. It's a new watch in the collection too. So
of all the Thule divers at the price that you paid that I would get in comparison to it, now that you tell me it's 42, is probably the Zen U1, which is a phenomenal, not the U1, sorry, geez, the U50. It's a 41 millimeter diver that they own. That'd be the other one that I really, really am into. But anyway.
yeah, you're talking about pricing just so people can have a small guess. If you go onto their website, in Canadian, it's $5,240. So depending on where you are, pricing might change a bit, I guess, but it's more or less a $5,000 diver.
Yeah. And it's
500 meters for that price.
It could be your... I think that could be a based on what we do, I think it could be your one diver.
Oh, 100%. That's for sure. I have another diver at home. It may not see as much wrist time. And it's a Jeannot, right?
Yeah.
That's an homage to a sub. So it's a spec for spec.
Hell of an homage.
Hell of a homage. It's a spec for spec to a sub. So I don't know if I'm going to wear it as much. Probably. Who knows? It's the reason I bought that watch is because I was on the fence on the subs. And I was like, okay, they're cool. I understand why, but is it working for me? And the more I was wearing it, the more I wanted a sub.
Yeah.
So, they got me there.
Subs do that. They don't even get you with their own branding. But
yeah, because you cannot get one. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I'll see if I keep that watch, the Jeannot maybe not. Who knows? We'll see how things are going. But that's one thing is for sure. It's at least for the next 7 to 14 days. The Pelagos is living my rest.
No. So are you gonna use it when you wash the dishes or shower?
Yes, that's gonna be my dishes wash.
Dishes wash?
Yeah. So that's the only time I'm gonna wear it. Every other time of the day is gonna be another watch. Just the Pelagos is gonna be only when I wash the dishes.
You're washing a lot of dishes, I'll tell you that.
Well, once a day normally.
Once a day. Yeah. So anyway, it was a wonderful, it was a good time, good experience. I really recommend if ever you get a chance to come to Montreal to go visit Burke's. Great staff, great people, very nice. Yep. And great if they have the actual watch. I think it's really they're good. There's some good finds there because there's some. What can I say? Their service, their customer service is bar none. It's a second to none as well.
It's crazy.
They're very nice.
And what's funny enough is they want to sell you the watches that you want too, but they don't have it, and it's not their fault. It's a manufacturing process. Sometimes just slow the things down, right?
Yeah.
So always a good thing to go visit them, talk with the sales staff over there, see how things are going.
Yeah, we got we got some good conversation. Start to talk about other pieces, other brands, things that we don't see often. Some Bell and Ross, some IWC. Well, we do see IWC, but not like he hadn't seen a lot of Bell and Ross, and he was really into it. And there's another shop that has it, so we're just talking about what he was into, why he likes them, that sort of thing. And I think that's always what I enjoy. I always want to know why the Pelagos. Why did you like that watch so much? What do you interest you the most about it?
Yeah, it's always good conversation. And even if you don't know much, I bring friends of mine to Burke's, and literally they give you a tour, they give you the basic, they tell you stories about everything. And people that are close to me that are not big on watches, going to Burke's, switch them up. You go like, wow, that's like I went like to a museum, but I can buy those art pieces.
Right? I agree. And I think that there's so much to offer with so a lot of it is about watches, but I think a lot of the fun about the hobby is the hunt, the discovery. That's what I find is when you discover something, you go, oh my God, that's so cool. And you just want to share it with everyone you know.
Yep.
It's like, why is that cool to you? And why is that interesting? And why is that you find better? It's like, it's all anecdotal. It's all subjective, but it's a you experience, but it's a fun experience to share. And it's a fun hobby, and it's stupid, and it's expensive, and it's frivolous. And this is the most frivolous thing you can have because your phone will give you the time. But I always told you, like I said in my first podcast, what I really enjoy about watches, I always feel like no matter how hectic things are going on, I find when my watch is there and it's ticking, there's something small going on. It's like this small little city on my wrist. It's a small little town that's just ticking away, that's holding its own time, that's holding its own thing. And I find that very fascinating. That's all. Somebody's going to outlive me and outlive you and all of us. And it's,
Yeah, that's, you're 100% right on that. So I think it's a really beautiful statement to close the podcast today.
Oh, we're winding down. All right.
Right. We're finishing our drinks. We need to fill again. Dima is not here today, but he's still going to do the...
You're welcome, everyone.
Yeah, perfect, right? It was way better. So, yeah, man.
Let's wind it down. So, you know what, guys? I just want to say, check us out on Instagram, Big Black Clock Team, Big Black Clock Official. Look us up. We're going to be working on that website. A lot of fun. But thanks for tuning in. Enjoy. And, Karl, wear that Tudor in good health.
Thank you, man. And just to close everything up, Dmitri, you can suck our...
Definitely. Suck our...
Ciao.
Take care. Bye-bye.